Hi, I'm Erin Palmer, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
Hi, I'm Kaecy, Team Rayceen Productions, co-host and moderator.
Joining us is Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Erin. It's great to be here.
Thank you.
Before we talk about Mass Cultural Council, could you please tell the viewers who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Michael Bobbitt. I'm the Executive Director of Mass Cultural Council, but I'm also a DC native, born and raised in DC, went to grade school there, practiced art and theater for many, many years. Moved to Massachusetts in 2019 and started running Mass Cultural Council in 2021. And Mass Cultural Council is an independent state agency that supports the creative and cultural sector. We were formed by an act from the legislature to really support arts and culture across the whole state. I get to run around the whole state and find artists and give them grant money, and find arts organizations and give them grant money, everywhere from Martha's Vineyard to Fitchburg to Lowell to Nantucket to the Berkshires. We have a great cultural sector here. My job is to support them. I also, the coolest thing about my job is that I am officially the highest ranking government official in arts and culture, and I'm still waiting for my cape.
It's really great. Please tell us a little bit more about the work that you do with Mass Cultural Council. And you told us somewhat about how Mass Cultural Council started, maybe a little bit more about that.
The agency is about 40 years old. It came out of the need to support this great economic driver that Massachusetts has. And so we get an appropriation from the legislature, somewhere between 40 to $100 million a year. And we create grant programs for arts organizations to apply for grants, and then we give them out. Here's some members of my team. We were on a site visit to a cultural district. And actually, the young lady under my left arm there is Carolyn Cole. And some of you that love DC theater might remember her from Signature Theater's production of Hairspray. She played Tracy, but she is from Massachusetts and now works at my agency. That's my deputy director on the left, and Gelmy, who's one of our program officers. This is me in a talking session at the American Museum Alliance conference. I gave the keynote there. We're talking about many, many things there. But the agency has been around for a while, and we give out about 2,500 grants a year to arts organizations across the whole state. Everything from museums to dance to theater to individual artists, to drag artists, to street performers, to tattooists. We have a strong racial equity lens, and so we are pushing very hard to make sure that marginalized communities are also part of the priority of our grant making.
All right.
That's a ribbon cutting. Oh no, you stopped us.
Talk to us about the economic impact of what you do.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I get a large appropriation from the legislature is that they recognize that the creative and cultural sector really drives a lot of revenue. If you think about it, when you go see a concert or go see a show, you might get a new outfit, you might get your hair done, you might get your nails done, you might use public transportation or drive or park, put gas in your car, you might meet up with 5 or 6 friends and have a meal. And then you go see the show, and then after the show, maybe you go to the bar, or maybe you buy concessions. And so all that secondary spending around the ticket sales drives the economy. Additionally, all the people that work in the cultural sector pay taxes. And so I'm really excited because we are a $27.2 billion industry in the state of Massachusetts, which equals retail, which is massive. Retail is a massive industry, and we're equaling them. We employ 135,000 people, which is 4.2% of the state's GDP, which is a pretty significant number. So the legislature recognizes that. They also recognize that arts and culture is a difficult industry to be in. So they fund us, they give us some money to support the creative and cultural sector.
What is some of the programming and community outreach that you do, and particularly some of the programming that you're most proud of?
We have four basic pillars. We have artists, so we fund individual artists. We have communities. We have two programs in our communities program. One is our local cultural council. So every single city and town in Massachusetts, for which there is 351, gets an appropriation from us, and then members of the community can reappropriate those dollars to members in their community because they know more about what their community needs. We have youth programs that fund in-school residencies and after-school time programs. And then we have funds for organizations, everything from capital improvement projects. If you need your roof fixed or you want to build a new wing on your museum, we can support that. But also general operating funds and festivals and projects. We have lots of festivals and projects all over the whole state, and we offer some support for them as well.
Great. And what are some things that you, I don't know, hope to accomplish in the future?
Yeah, we just launched our strategic plan, which really has us thinking about how the creative and cultural sector advances itself and also integrates itself into every other sector in the Commonwealth. There's years and years and years of research about how arts and culture can help people with their mental health and their physical health, how it can help people in education, how it can bring communities together, because there's nothing like food and art to bring people together to talk about their differences. And so we're looking to build relationships across other sectors. How are we building relationships with health and human service, with the Department of Education, with transportation, to see, one, how they can integrate arts and culture more into the work they're doing, but also how maybe our arts organizations and artists can get work or grant or services from them. I went to a convening of hoteliers and people that run hotels and lodges in the state. And I got to talk to a bunch of them and said, hey, do you have art on your wall? They're like, well, in some places we could use more. And I said, well, let's use Massachusetts artists. So that could be dollars right into the pockets of artists that already have maybe art in their homes that just could be put up into hotel rooms. And how cool would that be for those artists to have their work displayed all over the place?
It's really cool, and you do deserve a cape, a superhero cape. So thank you for all you do. Please tell our viewers how they can learn more about you, about Mass Cultural Council, and any events or other things that may be upcoming.
So you can find me all over the internet. My Instagram is one that I stay in touch with all the time. It's Michael James Bobbitt. There's my Linktree account up on the screen. Mass Cultural Council is at Mass Cultural on many of the sites you see. And then our emails are on the website. We don't really produce events, but if you're from Massachusetts, our grant applications open up in the next month or so. And so if you're an artist, we want to hear from you. We want you to apply for our grants. And if you're not, and you're not even from Massachusetts, please support your creative and cultural sector wherever you are. Life without art would be a terrible, terrible life.
Great. And of course, viewers, please look into the description below for all the links. Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
To those watching, please follow Team Rayceen on social media and subscribe to the Team Rayceen YouTube channel.
And viewers, thank you for watching.